Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It's your guy, Boulanger. Up next in this video, going to be giving you guys my post first round draft reactions. All right. Do me a quick favor, man, as we get started. Hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can keep getting updates when we upload new content. Let's go. So I got about three reactions, man, and they kind of all run together. The first reaction is just excitement and calmness that the Baltimore Ravens re-signed their Pro Bowl quarterback, their MVP quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Uh, Not really concerned about the 5-year deal or the money. It's just that I'm glad that he's back in house. I know the fan base kind of was torn a little bit. Definitely saw the responses, saw it in other videos, things of that nature, where, some fans were just ready for him to go, thought he was selfish. And then the other half of the fan base wanted him to come back. And I always wanted him to come back. I was just at a point where I just wanted something to get done in the context of if he was going, then let's let him go. And if he's staying, let's make it happen. And I understand that timing, um, a lot of times adds pressure and forces a hand rather than taking the leisurely approach. And I think that's exactly what happened in this situation. I remember noting in one video that I thought there would be a lot of buzz around Lamar Jackson coming into draft night. And of course, we saw some rumors about the 49ers, about Houston possibly coming after him. But the real news was that we got a deal done. And I think it had to get done. I think it absolutely had to. I remember saying on repeated videos that we could not go into the draft without a quarterback signed. And so we got that done. And so I'm glad that that quarterback is Lamar Jackson. I'm glad he will be there for a long period of time. And we don't even have to have a conversation for at least 3 years. Because I think at the end of 3 years, I hadn't seen any of his contract information or anything like that. But typically, guaranteed money is done being paid at the end of 3 years unless a team kicks that money down the road with a restructuring. And so, we're good for 3 years. And so my hope is that um, we can go and do what he promised on draft night was to bring a Super Bowl to the Baltimore Ravens. I think that would be a cap on his career. I don't mean a cap as in he can't do more, but I think that would top off his career for sure. And so I'm just glad he's back, glad he got his money, glad he's with the Ravens. And I'm glad we don't have to have these conversations about is he staying, is he going, is he signing, is he not? Are they going to trade him? Are they not? I'm glad those things we can put behind us and we can just focus on now the off season. Um, that even allows me to begin to plan my next videos. Um, now that this episode is complete. So that's my first take, man. Just glad to have our quarterback back in place. My number two reaction is concerning EDC and the Baltimore Ravens organization. I'm glad that they closed that deal. Because honestly, man, it was starting to look real bad for the Ravens organization as it pertains to you got an MVP quarterback, you weren't able to get a deal done in 2021, you weren't able to get a deal done in 2022, and now, what I'm saying, your MVP quarterback may part ways with you for another team. And so I had been super critical of EDC, and I stand on everything that I said because everything that I said I backed up with facts and figures. So I stand on everything that I said, but I am proud of the work that he did to get the deal done. And it may have just been adjusting the money. It may have been that simple. It may have been. I did see an article that talked about the promise of adding some more weapons for Lamar Jackson. And I think that that helped also sweeten the deal because, if you got money, but you don't have any weapons to help you be successful, then, you're going to be rich, but you're going to be miserable because you're not at the peak of your powers. And so Super proud of EDC. Um, and even excited, man, that they continued what they said they would do. They said they would add to build up the wide receiver corps this year. They've done that. They added Beckham, of course. They added Aguilar, and then they went out and got Zay Flowers, I believe, to be a top two or three wide receiver in this draft. I know that there's some other guys ranked above him, but I believe with his skill set, his explosiveness, his downfield ability, his ability to track the ball, his ability to catch and make yards after the catch, his ability to run routes. I think that he's one of the top three wide receivers in this draft class, and I'm glad to see that we grabbed him. I did hear EDC and John Harbaugh talk about how he was the best guy on their board. At number 22, he was there. They took him, so I'm glad to see that, man. I'm super glad. I definitely thought they were going to go cornerback, just simply because they added some pieces at the wide receiver position already. But I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Um, and I think that leans into some post-draft work that they'll have to do to round out the rest of this roster. But I think it can be done, especially if Lamar Jackson's cap hit is significantly lower. That opens up some cap space. We can sign our free agent, excuse me, we can sign our draft picks, and we can go get some pieces in free agency. So I'm excited, man, to talk about that when we get there. But we got 2 more nights of the draft to go. And I think my third reaction really is um concerning the Baltimore Ravens offense. We've been kind of slow and methodical. What I mean by slow, slow with play calling, slow with getting into the huddle, slow getting out of the huddle, slow getting to the line of scrimmage. And it doesn't leave a lot of flexibility for the quarterback to call plays, make audibles, things of that nature. And even really take a peek at the defense to see what kind of coverage they're in. And so I think that adding the pieces that we have added, specifically Odell Beckham, who can help the younger receivers learn the offense probably a little quicker. Adding a guy like Zay Flowers in the draft um, certainly allows us to have some more flexibility. If you look at his game tape, you can see he catches the ball out of the backfield. You can see um, he ran for 1,000 yards one year in college. I don't want him doing that for the Ravens, but I think that that is a part of his game if they needed to use him in that capacity. And so I think that everything that happened over the last 2 weeks and especially last night, I think that creates the potential, especially with Todd Monk and calling plays and scheming up things, has a potential to make us more explosive for sure. I think if we can get to the line of scrimmage faster, if we can um, be able to read defenses. I think our offense allows the defense to be more honest, which makes them easier to read. I don't think you can really disguise a whole lot of coverage when you have adequate weapons on the outside, and then you got Lamar Jackson in the backfield, who's always a threat to hit the seam. I would love to see him run less on play calls and scramble more if need be. I would like to see when he runs to be a scramble, not a play call. Not saying they take that totally out of the game plan, but I would love to see him take less hits and just be able to get the ball into the hands of the playmakers. Um, and so I just think, man, what we've done yesterday, up until the point of yesterday and through last night, allows our offense to be more dynamic. And I'm just super excited, man, to see what it all becomes after all the ingredients are put in place. I still believe that there's some work to be done. But we have 4 more picks in the draft, and so um, we'll see. I do have uh, a new mock draft that I'll bring out sometime today before the draft night starts. I mean, we don't have a second round pick, so we got a lot of time before we have to really see it. But got a new mock draft I'm gonna bring out, which includes a trade, um, which will fit the EDC narrative. So um So got some good material coming. Got some good material coming next week as well. Going to be talking about a post-draft contender pretender list. I'm anxious to see how the draft shakes out so we can see where the Ravens are slotted in at as well. So I'm just excited, man, about where we are, man, as a Ravens fan. Just glad to have a lot of these things behind us, and now we can really get on with the off season for sure. Listen, I'm your guy Boulanger. This is the GM, and I'm out.